Ezekiel Olande with you on Icon Radio. And thank you so much for taking time to join us on Money Mondays. Today with me is Julie Mungai. Julie is a director at Lagbara Limited. And what she does, she's a trainer. She's an AI explorer. And she helps you who's looking for work and employees, to prepare for the modern workplace and just empowers you with a bit of information before you get into work. Julie, karibu sana. Please let us know who you are and just tell us a bit about you and Lagbara as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm very happy to be here. So my name is Julie Mungai, as you've said. I am the director of Lagbara Limited, and we have 3 angles that we pursue.
Yeah.
So it's employment, entrepreneurship, and education, the 3 E's. So in terms of employment, as you've said, we train young people for the workplace.
Yes.
So that they can thrive and not just survive. And then in terms of our education, education, yes. We seek to help people to study abroad, specifically abroad, yes.
Oh, good stuff.
So we do have some partnerships. We have a partnership with a university in Hungary. So it's called the University of Nyíregyháza. And so if people are thinking of going to Europe, that's a good place to go.
Yeah.
And then also we have an online platform where people can learn. They can do online courses. They call it micro courses or micro learning now.
Micro learning, yes.
Yes. So we do have that where you can do it from your phone and it's self-paced, so you do it at your own time. And then also we have partnerships with high schools.
Okay.
Abroad, particularly now in the US. We're hoping to partner with more high schools. So in terms of our education side, it is study abroad. And then our online platform.
Okay.
Then our entrepreneurship, I'm very passionate about digital entrepreneurship, where you can produce like a digital product and someone can download it from wherever they are.
So ebooks and the like.
Ebooks, courses. Yes, I feel that is the fact that we have internet and we have fast internet. We might as well just optimize on it. Yes, we can have the physical businesses. But, you can still provide value to someone who is not in your town, your country, or even your continent.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm usually a bit of a global thinker. And sometimes when I'm planning things, I have to really think. I have to think contextually. Yeah. First I have to think, okay, who am I targeting? How do they think? Whether it's local or global, and then adjust it for that.
Okay.
So in terms of employment, as I said, we train young people for the workplace. And we've done some trainings. And last year we were working with an organization from Austria.
Okay.
Called Lebensschiff Tirol, and they have their own organization here that helps recruit nurses to work in Austria.
Okay.
Yeah. So why they needed that? It's because let's say for a nurse, you'll be taught bedside manner and all of that.
Yes.
But it's very different. The way you interact with people at the workplace.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's not just the patient you'll be working with, and so. Personally, I feel it's very important to be able to interact with people because you will meet people.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are definitely interacting with the humans, especially now in the medical field, for instance.
Yes. And the thing is, you have to be able to relate to them. You might not be bosom buddies with everyone, but if this is the workplace where you're getting your salary, it's important to know how to carry yourself there so that there's less friction and conflict and so that you can thrive, and not feel that you need to move every time there's an issue. You have to weigh the pros and cons.
There's conflict, you want to, exit.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Very nice. As we're getting into the meat of the conversation, Lagbara, maybe tell us a little bit about how that name came about and what it means.
Okay, so I decided to choose Lagbara Limited just because I wanted to have a business with a name that had meaning. So it's not just a contraction of my 2 names, Julie Mungai, Jumu.
Yes, as we all do as Kenyans.
Yeah.
Also from what from Murima?
Oh, really? Yeah, so I did some research and I had an English name. It was a word. I can't remember what it was. And then I had Kikuyu for dancer because I love dancing. That's something.
What is that?
I cannot remember.
Aha! For those who are watching, wake up kwa chat jajue dancer ni nini kwa lugha ya Kakuyu?
Yes, Kikuyu. Yes. And then now this Lagbara one, I found it unique because you don't want to submit names and then you're told, okay, please submit some other ones.
Yes.
So it means strength. It's a word in the Yoruba language.
Yeah.
Usually it is you'd hear it with God, like Oluwa Lagbara.
Yeah.
So it means strength or power.
Yeah.
Just that general place. Yeah. So that's why I chose Lagbara.
And as an entrepreneur, you need the strength.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship, it just builds that the resilience in you.
Yes, you need so much encouragement. I would encourage people to get into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And so even in the 3 E's that I mentioned, the education, employment, and entrepreneurship, if you don't have the education, doesn't mean you can't do anything. Start a business.
Yeah.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
If you are able to be hired, that is education. If you're able to get some education so that people can now hire you, you have the skills they're looking for. So that's why education, entrepreneurship, and employment are so key because they can... They're income stream enablers.
Yes, exactly.
And so that's why I was focusing on them. If you have education, you can apply for a job and get hired.
Employed. Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, there are no jobs, try start a business. Employment, do your best work so that you have a good legacy and you can even be poached. Poached?
Exactly.
Headhunted. Sorry, not poached. Headhunted.
Even poaching work, it happens.
Poaching,
it happens.
Oh, sorry, that's the word. Yeah, poaching.
Happens, yeah.
So you grow. It's an income thing also. Yeah. Sometimes we put down we underestimate how money affects us in so many ways. And so if you can be empowered in education, employment, or in entrepreneurship, where you get to learn tools and skills, then you're able to just have more income and be able to operate. Yeah,
absolutely.
And even not just for you, you're able to be a giver.
I agree totally. And I've just realized, even as we are continuing, so the topic is the future ready professional. And we are here with Julie Mungai, obviously on Icon Radio with me, Ezekiel Olande. And we're just discussing, how Julie and through Lagbara Limited are helping to create the future-ready professional. And she says they do this through education, through employment, and she says entrepreneurship. Mina Samanga entrepreneurship. But she went to a group of schools. I went to the school on the other side of the road. So anyway, Julie, maybe just as we start our conversation, the workplace has, it's evolving, faster than ever. And so from your experience, what is changing and what are professionals struggling with most today, even as you're doing your preparation for the future ready professional?
I'll talk about one key thing, the fact that we have more young people in terms of the Gen Z age joining the workforce. That is the... Okay, so there's AI, of course, and then Gen Z.
Absolutely,
So Gen Z are coming of age and they have a lot of energy, creativity, and a lot of opportunities that maybe the older generations didn't have. So also they have their own characteristics. So they're very digital savvy. They want to have fulfillment and purpose in the jobs that they're in, which is fantastic, because... As I said, before we didn't have that creativity. I'll just give
even before you give your example, you talk about fulfillment and purpose in work. I'm like, did you, as we just went to work?
We just went to work and got
get
our
the
money.
paycheck. And so that already is a very, it's a clear shift. But please proceed.
So in terms of like creativity, not that we didn't have creativity, but we didn't have as many opportunities for the outlet
to express it.
Yes. I'll give you an example. Like for me, I really like dancing. I love dancing. So if I could have made money when I was, back in the day, I would have. But the thing is, I remember we were trying to teach dance in a certain studio. Someone said, "Oh yeah, you can use our studio and all that." But getting the word out was so hard. Because there was no social media.
There was no social media. So, kids, there was an era where there was no Facebook. In fact, they say
even Facebook.
Forget Facebook. They say Facebook is grandpa book or something. We had even internet. Getting it, you had to go to a cyber cafe.
A cyber cafe.
And create whatever you want to create, print out something, and then distribute flyers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So in fact, I remember we were just, so you go and tell someone, hey, by the way, tell people if, it was just so.
Word of mouth.
No WhatsApp. You post in a WhatsApp group, nothing like that.
Yes.
So I remember at least Java, they used the Java Adams, they would allow you to put free posters.
Yes,
they used to have a poster just there near the toilet. So I think we had put a poster, but in terms of reach, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
But now with social media, you can reach so many people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a free platform.
Yeah.
Before you'd have to pay 80,000 for a quarter page in the newspaper.
Yes.
But now newspaper is even defunct. They're even going on to
they're now digital as well.
Digital, yes. So in terms of the how things are changing, there are lots of opportunities for the young generation, digital savvy and all of that.
Yeah.
So what's happening in many companies, we're not matching that digital savviness. Sometimes we want to keep to the traditional way. This is how we do it. Yet it would be more efficient to do it in a different way, implement some tools and software so things are a bit
can make it easier.
Easier, faster, more productive.
Yes.
And so Gen Z are the generation that can help to implement that. And many are willing to teach, but as organizations, we need to be willing for change.
Give them the space. Yes.
Yeah, and to give them the space. So in the same vein, we have these great traits of Gen Z. But now because of just the world people are born into this world of social media, instant gratification. And so you find that the things that they struggle with.
Yes. In
terms of communication, that's a big thing. In terms of a formal setting, how do I communicate?
Exactly.
Experiencing difficult feelings, people are breaking up with people over text, which is not ideal. But it's like, you just send the message, it's not you, it's not you, it's me.
Yes.
Then, you block
That's
them.
it.
No tears, no crying, no shouting, no whys. And so there's a concern there because
Absolutely.
we must relate with people.
Yes,
as people,
not things. Yes.
And there will be difficult conversations that we do have to face. I know it's good to try and hedge ourselves. What you can control, that's fine. But there can also be an extreme of that. And so communication is a big one. Is a big one.
Yeah.
And then also the good thing in terms of mental health, the younger generation, they're very aware that you need to be mentally have a good mental health. Before us it was just get on with the work.
You were told you're having a bad mood, get over it.
We still need that thing by 5 p.m.
Yes.
And so the good thing with Gen Z, they will speak out and all this.
Yes.
But in the same vein, because they've grown up in an instant generation, the mental health, they're not as resilient.
Yes.
Just overall. Of course, you'll find those who will push through and all that. And I'm not saying like they're not a resilient generation in everything, but in terms of the workplace, there's some aspects where they are not resilient. Or not as resilient as they could be. And so it's up to us as the employers to have those mental health facilitations so that they can grow into it. They can develop, they can be trained because this is just the way it is, encouraging them, just empowering them. And then even for us to think about ourselves, as a boss, am I toxic? Am I not feeling? Am I not being willing to accommodate certain things? So it's a two-way thing. So in terms of changes in the workforce, it's the younger generation are coming up. And then the second one is AI. AI is helping us to do more things quickly, more efficiently. However, we shouldn't leave everything to AI.
Yes, because we are now outsourcing thinking.
Yes, exactly. We're outsourcing thinking. Whatever it produces, we're just like, oh, that's okay.
Take it in.
And so it's so important to check your work. Check your work. I was following an influencer on Instagram. I follow a number of influencers. And so she was looking for a PA. And so she was now sharing what she was getting, the applications. So you find someone has applied for a job. and they've literally copy pasted. So
Yes.
where it says dear, insert name,
it has gone as dear, insert name.
As in, I was so shocked. Like,
I have a story.
the lack
Finish
of
it. I'll
effort.
tell you mine.
Yeah. So that's the thing, the lack of checking or effort. Yeah, we must check our AI work.
Yeah. No, so I watched this on IG. It's a reel. And it's just the same ridiculousness. But now this one, someone is in church. She's praying. And then, you know, the way like ChatGPT will tell you, once it's written the thing, then it'll ask you, would you like me to maybe export this into Word or to... So she's praying and then she finishes, but she continues reading. And she's like, would you like me to export this? And you're just like, did you not see it's a question that now follows. I'm just like, I agree with you. Check your work, people who are watching, so that, yes, AI is good. And like Julie is saying, it helps us do things faster, better, maybe not 100% better, but better, yes, because with, large language models, it's able to consume a lot of data and give you information in real time. But it does not mean then that we outsource our thinking, because AI is trying to mimic, what you and I can do, but it will never understand empathy, for instance, nuances, for instance, humor, even like cultural humor. Those are the things that, when you say, "Wow," it might get the logic behind it, but it won't. So even as you're doing this, please make sure that you're checking. I like what you've said in terms of what's changing in the employment market, communication, for instance, and I think also just being able to write a professional email. You see some emails that someone has sent, and again, if you're on LinkedIn or IG, you'll always see videos about this when people are complaining about their AI. Resilience as well. Yes, they're very mentally aware. I don't know if that's the correct term, but they're aware about their mental health. But also sometimes I think it can be a crutch, where now you fail to do the things that you're supposed to do because it's giving. And once you've had it's giving, you just know it's giving, it's toxic. And again, not making a case for being a toxic employer. No, if you're a toxic employer, as Julie said, please check yourself as well. But also, and I think I like because Julie and I discussed this before we started, like if we were to do an entrepreneurship class, the first lesson would be
Resilience 101.
Yeah. It's very important because it is one of the things that will set you apart. And we're not painting the entire generation again. No. Because I work with some very brilliant, young people, and they, they definitely think in a different way, but generally, this is what we are seeing. So, moving to just still on that, because you've touched on technology in terms of AI. Many people think that success is about technical skills. Okay, but is there something missing in that equation?
There is something very big, something called soft skills.
Yes.
Or as Simon Sinek says, he calls it human skills. He doesn't like soft skills because it's then what are hard skills? So I get where he comes from. It's just that soft skills is more widely known. The term soft skills.
Exactly.
So soft skills are basically non-technical skills, and it's more like character traits, how you communicate, and these are very transferable. And if you can master those, you can use them in any industry. How you communicate with people, professionalism. How you carry yourself. The thing is, you can be very technically sound. I'll give you an example. There's someone who very good graphic designer. Fantastic.
You're touching someone. You're like creatives. OMG. Anyway.
Like he's fantastic, and I've seen him really grow. And but the thing is, sending the work on time, communicating that on maybe time. He's unwell, or she's unwell, or just the for me the frustration is the lack of communication.
Yes.
So because the thing is, if you communicate and say maybe you're unwell or you're busy or something like that,
or just give me some time.
Yes, give me some time, then I'll be able to work around. Maybe there's an event, and I need maybe a poster or a video or something. If I know you're not able to do it, I can look for plan B.
Precisely.
Yeah, why for me my thing is communicate.
Yes,
I will not beat you up. I literally will not beat you up. It's just, it is courteous. You're thinking about the other person so that they're not stuck in a complicated matter where they can actually do something. And yes, I know sometimes you want to save face, basically like, oh, I can't say that I'm late or I haven't done it or whatever, but you'd rather be honest and so be authentic, and you'll be even more trustworthy. Yeah. For example, like let's say there's a place I was working and we had house helps. And so I remember having a house help. She wasn't very thorough, but she was trustworthy. Let me tell you, I'd rather train her
any day.
Exactly. I will remind her to do this or train her to do this. But I'd rather, I know if she finds a 50 bob somewhere, she will give it to me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in the same breath, you find people coming to you, if you can get some work for me, barua and all this. And if you know them, then you know, oh my gosh, their work ethic is not good. So I can't even. And then you have this other person looking for that person. They're like, oh, by the way, do you know a house help or a plumber? And I know, but because I know their work ethic, I cannot recommend.
I can't recommend
because the work ethic is not good.
And if you look bad on you, they recommend as well.
Exactly. And actually that's a very important point. Sometimes people don't realize if you're going to ask someone to recommend you, know their name is on the line.
Precisely. It's not just about you who's being recommended. No, it's me. I'm staking my reputation on you as well.
Exactly. And I remember I've been in that situation where, someone has explained what they do. They give me examples and I'm convinced and it looks, okay. But then they don't deliver or they deliver a poor product. And it got to a point that, if Julie was suggesting something, it would be like, oh, maybe. And, I had to go through that phase of people not trusting you because of your recommendations.
Imagine that. Yeah.
And thank God that phase passed. But now I try to be more careful, or I just try to just say it plainly, like saying, you know what, please, you have to deliver this on time. If you cannot, please communicate. So it's just those soft skills that is also lacking, and now is becoming a precious commodity. So that's why for us when we train, it's not about the technical skills. You can be a brilliant videographer, graphic designer, even a lawyer, but if you can't show up on time to court, or you cannot communicate to your client that something has happened or they need to do something, then, or even, I'll give an example. You can be applying for a job and you are the perfect person for the job.
Yes.
But your email is the first impression that someone
that they're
sees.
going to interact with.
Exactly. They don't know you.
No.
So you need to make sure your email is good. The eyes are not small.
Yes.
You're not, if it's a formal email and you don't know the person, it's good not to contract your words, like cannot. It's not a deal breaker. But try not to use can't and all that.
Yes.
But, even just the formatting, the spaces, be mindful of, intentional about what you're writing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's so important. They say that you'll not get a second impression to make you won't get a second chance to make a first impression.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so you might be the perfect person, but your email or your cover letter does not do you justice. Or, for example, like I remember working in a place and there was a position that was open and I recommended it to someone because I thought she'd be perfect.
Yeah.
But I think what happened, of course, now I wasn't in the HR department, but the thing is, if you decide to just send the same email, cover letter or CV to all your job applications, you will not stand out.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course. And at some point, you'll have forgotten to edit. So I was sending it to Julie. But then I'm sending it to James, but I've not edited, the salutation, just making sure that you have gone through it. Because like you're saying, first impressions only happens once. Hakuna second opportunity.
Yeah.
So I like that. Beyond the technical, communication, being professional, showing up on time. I like what Simon Sinek calls it, human skills. But there, yes, we call the generally accepted term is soft skills. But these things, when you are unable to get them, and again, I think, we don't have spaces now where people get to learn this very well. And if you fail to do those things, then you could be the best of the best. But unless you're going to be working in a hole somewhere, you will interact with people, phone etiquette, responding on time, email etiquette. But also we have tools. I was telling you about a training that I was doing this week. And I was telling the participants, use tools like Grammarly, for instance. Sometimes I forget, is it subject, verb, noun? Sometimes you can forget. But when it's written communication, it is easy to use tools that can put you ahead of others. Sasa, we are still here with Julie Mungai, the director of Lagbara Limited, and we're talking about the future ready professional on Icon Radio. Julie, let me push this close to you in case you need to hydrate. Moving on to the next question that I wanted to ask, and this is now 5 pillars of workplace success, and you've already talked about this: professionalism, for instance. How would you define it, and how does it influence someone's ability to earn, grow, and even keep the job? The importance of professionalism.
It's so important. Just because if you're not able to be professional, let's say you've been employed somewhere, if you won't be professional, it actually doesn't just reflect on you. It
reflects. Hey, Murima in the house.
Anyway, scratchaholic. Anyway, so it also reflects on the company. Yeah. And so if whatever you're doing is not representing the company well, you will be let go at some point, unless you're someone who it's a relative and you feel you can't let them go.
Business,
family
you're
business.
Indispensable.
You're indispensable. You will be let go because it reflects on the business, and reputation is so key, especially now on social media. I remember going to a certain salon, and there's a friend who wanted to start a new product, like service in her salon. So there was a lady there. She's like, hey, make sure you do it properly. You'll see trend online, And by the way, it's true. You can trend because
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons, And also it's a perception. Again, it reflects on the business. So sometimes as an employee, you might not have so much ownership because it's not your business, and all that. So you'll do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So for example, there's a place I went to look for gear, gym gear.
Yeah.
Somewhere in town in the CBD. And so I went there, very nice place, good quality products.
Yeah.
It was secondhand, but very good quality products.
And them thrift stores.
Thrift,
yes,
I love
thrift store, Julie, not timber.
Not timber, right. Yeah, it's thrift.
Yeah.
So I went to a thrift store.
There you go.
Thank you. And so when I was checking out, there was the person who was serving us.
Yeah.
She was okay, so she was serving us well.
Yeah.
But then now she got a call, she started being on the phone, and we were two of us.
I know that.
And
I
then
know that story all too well.
Yeah, and then so we were like, okay, us, we need to buy and go.
Yes.
And then at some point, she I don't know what happened. She saw on her phone and she said swear word.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, there are customers here.
Yo, fam, what's going on? Yeah.
Like, okay, the thing is, when you go to work, that like if I go to work, that's not my house.
Exactly.
That's someone else's rules.
Yes,
I dress
yes.
how they have said I dress.
Exactly.
If I have agreed to work there,
the terms and conditions, they apply.
Exactly. I'm the one who has agreed to go there, so I'm going to have to follow their rules and regulations. In my house, I can do whatever I want, drink whatever I want.
Fine. Yeah.
Swear or talk or come late, sleep, dress, But when you're in someone else's house, so to speak,
exactly,
they expect you to dress in a certain way, speak in a certain way.
Be there by a certain time.
Be there by a certain time.
Conduct yourself in a certain way.
Conduct themselves. And also even have a level of independence and responsibility in terms of accountability.
Yeah.
You've been given this work. Complete the work on time.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you need to be someone who be focused. You're not on your phone.
Yeah.
Of course, I know if you're a social media manager, of course, it depends on the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you must be able to be responsible enough to do the work when you're meant to do the work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Stay focused, complete it, do it well, because in the end, it's your legacy also. You don't want to be that person when you leave. Guys are like, hey, thank God that person.
Thank God.
Gone.
Yes, exactly.
There was so much work. You don't want to be. You don't want to make your boss feel you're so much work.
Yes.
Let me just let go of you. I get someone else. And let's say just by putting in a bit of work, maybe just dressing appropriately, still you're not being asked, hey, these Crocs, banner. We're in a law firm. Yeah, because now a client will come in and they're like, okay, are these guys serious?
What's going on? Was that theme today that I was not aware of?
Yeah. And so, of course, depending on the culture, you might be working in a company where they're very chilled, you can wear what you want, sweatpants, they're a startup, it also depends on the context
where you're at.
Of where you're at.
Context is key, absolutely.
Context is key. But in the end, if you've decided and agreed you're going to work somewhere, if you need to wear that polo shirt and the cap, just wear it, It's not an attack on your personality or your...
Exactly.
It's not a personal attack.
Yes. Don't take it personally. Yeah, I agree, by the way. It's nothing personal. It's business.
It's business, yeah. So if you even, for example, like even responding on time, it can increase your repeat customers.
Yes.
Yeah, because you said you'll respond by this time, you respond.
Yes.
And what happens? It builds trust.
Yes, it does.
And then you get referrals. So sometimes as business owners, we might forget that, you deal with this client and that's it.
Yeah.
But you want to have repeat clients.
Yes. A repeat client is it's easier, to upsell someone who's already, than to get someone fresh.
Exactly. It's less expensive.
Yeah.
And then they'll also be your ambassador.
Exactly.
They'll recommend you in rooms where you're not in.
Yes,
they'll be like, oh, you're looking for this person? Okay.
I know a guy.
Yeah. And then you deliver.
Yes.
You deliver well. You deliver with quality. You do your best. If you're not able to deliver, communicate. Don't keep quiet and say, hey, by the way, I don't have an answer.
Yes.
It just, for me, I always advise, if let's say you said you'll do something for someone, even if it's just a friend and all that, and you've not been able to do it, and you see their call coming through, pick it.
Pick it up.
Pick it. Say why.
Yeah.
Say if you're going to do whatever you've said you're going to do. But do not ignore, because what happens, it escalates.
Yes,
that person is like, this person's not picking my call.
Yeah.
But once you pick it, it helps to diffuse it.
Exactly.
And I've been in situations where we've contracted suppliers. I'm told, look for these guys. I look for them. I've been told when they'll be paid. I communicate to that.
Yes.
And then the payment is delayed.
Something happens, and
I see that person calling. I will always pick up. Unless I'm in a meeting or something. But I will always pick up. Or if I'm in a meeting, I will call you back.
Yes.
I will not say, hey, let me try sort this thing before I call back.
Yes. You're trying to manage the person.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And I realize many of us will do that.
Yeah.
If we see, hey, by the way, I'm being called about this and I've not done it, most of the time we don't pick.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, you can really diffuse something that was going to escalate by just picking and say, hi, how are you?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Oh, all right. Yeah, the payment, I'm so sorry. It's been delayed. Let me follow up with you. And then follow up for you. And even if when you say that, make sure you do it.
Yes.
And so I will do it.
Yeah, commit. Yeah.
Oh, let me follow up with you. I'm so sorry. I was told this. Let me follow up. So you follow up.
Yes.
You say, hey, you guys, you said you'll pay at this time.
Yes.
And then you go back to the person and say, I followed up. They said it'll be this date. So even if they still are not paid and they still call you, you still pick up. As I said, no one is going to beat you up. He's not going to come and start, So like that fear should go. Of course, it's the fear of, hey, my boss is going to find out.
Yes.
This client will never use us again. But let me tell you, people will respect someone who is responsible and accountable.
Absolutely.
Where you just say, by the way, I'm so sorry I didn't do it. And I didn't, and the reason isn't very good. Or even if you have a good reason, then share the reason. Just say, oh, I had a medical matter. And so this is what happened. And so I wasn't able to do it. You don't have to give details. But don't be so scared that you lie.
Yes.
And say, hey, Jam. And let's say you didn't even move from your house.
Go do whatever the traffic, man.
The traffic, even simple things, being honest is a skill.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And an important one as well.
Yeah. And the thing is with soft skills, they're very transferable.
Yes.
To our private lives as well as our public lives.
Yes.
Workplace life. Even public life.
Public life,
Because me being honest at work, I should also be honest with my friends. You know, when they say, "Oh, so where are you? How far are you?" Then you know you're just getting out of the house.
And I'm just here.
I'm just here.
Yeah, 5 minutes away.
Yeah, 5 minutes. The thing is, if you just be honest and the thing is, you will still have to take the disappointment, the brunt.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll be angry with you, and that's just reality.
Yeah.
But at least you're telling them the real thing, so they know. Okay, Julie's going to be here in an hour. Let me go do something else.
Do something else, as opposed to lying and then 2 hours later, no show.
No show. Yeah. Because in fact, that person will have a perception about you.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll say we can't trust her in this situation.
Exactly.
And so that thing of building trust is so key. It's so key. So that, like, for example, let's say I have a house help.
Yeah.
And okay, personally, I use house help just because there's someone who help in the house.
Yes.
I know, like, nowadays there seems to be a negative connotation to the house manager, which is all well and good.
Yeah.
I just personally feel, they're helping me.
They're helping you in the house. Yeah.
So that's why I use that term. But I can use house manager. I'm not
domestic
averse.
manager.
Domestic manager.
There you go.
I'm not averse.
Yeah.
I know people use different terms for different things. And so for me, I'd rather that person.
Yeah.
Let's say they're ironing a blouse of mine and it gets burnt. I'd rather when I come in and they're like, "Hey, by the way, Julie, this thing got burnt."
Yes.
I'm like, it's okay. Because accidents happen.
Accidents happen.
Yeah,
yes.
Life happens. But now if I come and I'm like, "Hey, let me go out for this thing. Let me take my white blouse," and I'm like, "Hala."
It has a brown patch that cannot be hidden.
Cannot be hidden and cannot be even repaired.
Yeah. It's permanent.
You'll have more respect for that person who has told you.
Yes.
And you'll be like, you know what? I can trust this person.
Yes.
That metric of trust is so key. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I think
Good stuff. No.
Away from
trust, honesty, just being professional at work. Very important.
Dressing.
Yes, exactly. How you dress. And like you've said, these things can be transferred. Are you a person of integrity? Are you trustworthy? Like, it is very easy. In your life, we'll be able to see it even in your work life. Pillar number 2, or item number 2, mental health. And we've talked about this again. Mental health in the workplace. It's a big deal. And everyone is talking about it now. There are those who think that, it should not be brought in the workplace. But again, that's a discussion for something else. It's no longer just a personal issue. So how does it, and actually, let's say mental wellness. Yeah, how does mental wellness affect productivity and career growth?
Mental wellness, the thing is, you can be injured. Maybe you have broken an arm, but if your spirits are okay, you can still come to work and do your thing. But if you're depressed, you're well-abled physically, but your mind, you're down.
Yes.
You can't do anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you're not well, like you're not able to know how to cope, it won't just hurt you. It will hurt those around you because you won't be able to know how to communicate. In a way that does not cause conflict or even to communicate, So, for example, if I came here and I wasn't doing so well, you'd be like, "Oh, Julie, are you okay? Do you want us to do this?" So in the end, it also stunts my productivity. And if you don't have a good mental health, then it can also affect your efficiency.
Absolutely.
You find you're making more mistakes. You find and that can affect the business revenue because because
you're dropping so many balls.
Yes, there's an event. Someone has ordered 50 balloons. Now 3 balloons have been sent. Wrong color. Then the person's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was just so distracted at home, baby or." Illness, So it's so important as individuals to have to seek to have good mental health. And of course we can do the breathing, the exercise, the eating right, the sleeping, the intentional activities, but also in the workplace as business owners, we need to, and employers, we need to provide for that as well. I'm not saying, invest 1 million shillings because not everybody can do that. But just have small activities. Perhaps you say, okay, today in the afternoon, we're just going to go and play games in this room. Or on Saturday, let's need to go for a movie. It doesn't even have to be like we have to talk to each other. Yes. Do some trust exercise, But it's just a way of helping people also to cope, and also having trainings. You know, it doesn't even have to be like a full, you know, you have tables and pens and papers and all that. It could just be someone coming to just share ways to cope, you know, with stress, because stress will be there. Stress is very normal. You cannot avoid stress.
it. I know we are all about soft life, but the stress, it's part and parcel of our lives.
It is actually very normal to experience stress. It's how do you cope?
How you cope with it.
What do you do? You know, you're angry, you know, take those breaths. You're scared, you know, you're going for an interview, do the Superman pose. I don't know if you've heard of the Superman pose.
Yes.
The one like this, just for a few seconds. I did that once. I can't remember for what. And I felt,
No, for me, the breathing.
The breathing,
especially you know, when you're nervous until you can feel it on your fingertips. Yes, that kind. Yes, that the breathing, you count as your breathe, the box technique.
Oh yes,
or something.
the box.
Yes. That helps. That helps. It settles the butterflies quite a bit.
Yes, because the thing is, if you're not able to regulate yourself, because it's all about regulating your emotions, being emotional aware and regulating. So, for example, like. In one of our trainings, we were just saying, like, you know, if you're angry, something has happened and made you angry at work, and you want to write that email. You know, just take a breather. Just breathe.
Very
you know, just
important.
stand from the computer, move around a little bit, take some time. Don't just write emails straight away.
True.
Yeah, because it could lead to repercussions that you did not
and
anticipate.
you see, once it's written, it's there for the record.
You know, that's the thing. That's the thing with emails. They can help you, and they can also
work against you.
Exactly. They can help you, meaning, like, let's say you're told to do something. So for accountability purposes, you say, I was asked to do this. So if someone says, by the way, how come you haven't done this? And the way, like, it's the way you're saying, you know, like, let's say, I think it was before, like, someone is saying, oh, have you seen the email? Yet you have not been given time to do your work, you know. So it can help you that way. But then it can also go against you when you write a certain email, you know, and
especially angry ones.
Exactly. And you decide to copy, I don't know how many people.
Yes. The whole world.
Yeah, it's there in black and white, even time-stamped. You know. So if you're going to be angry about something, just, in fact, what you could also do is write the email and save it in draft.
Exactly.
Or write the email and send it to yourself. Or write the email and send it to a friend. You know. But I'd say just don't send it.
Yes, because also you might be going to hit save and then you send.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I realize this. Sometimes when you get an email or you send an email, there might be someone who has been blind copied, BCC.
Yes.
And so you don't know
exactly
who is receiving this.
Yeah.
You know, and not everybody's going to say, hey, by the way, I've been blind copied. I remember in a certain place, I had emailed someone. And for me, when I email, you know, it won't be some sort of private thing, you know. And then someone random said, oh, by the way, how is that thing going? So in my mind, I was like, how do they know? Because I did not speak to them. Then I realized, actually, this person must be copied. Yeah. And I think they were like a personal assistant or something like that. So that's the thing with because we will get angry. We're human beings. We're not robots, absolutely. You know, chatbots, you know, AI or whatever.
Yes.
Although AI is becoming, you know, they're trying to make it more human-like, you know.
Yes.
And so it's so important to be able to know how to deal with stress, anger.
Yeah.
Even when you're feeling really good, you know, still staying focused at work, you know.
Yeah.
I know in many situations we might have triggers, but we can't allow those triggers to affect us all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Either we deal with them or we try and deal with it so that it's no longer a trigger per se. And the thing is, even at the workplace, why it's so important, you know, if you go somewhere, then you clash. I come to Icon Radio and I'm clashing with Ezekiel. I'm like, let me leave this place. Ezekiel is just whatever. I go somewhere else.
Yes.
I clash with someone else. I move. You know, the thing is, you're giving that person so much power.
Over you.
Yes. Yeah. You'll say, oh, I want to go to Carrefour, but Ezekiel is now there. Now I want to go to Carrefour. What sort of power is that?
Yes.
You know.
Exactly.
But if you decide, let's say you're a Christian, you decide, okay, I'm going to forgive them. You know, or I'm just going to deal with them when I need to.
Yes.
Then you're able to stay in that workplace. Because, like, you know, for me, if I get someone who has had 5 jobs in 1 year, when you apply now, and let's say it's because you're being triggered left, right, and center in terms of like you don't know how to cope with difficult people, and you'll get difficult people everywhere.
Absolutely.
There's no perfect church. There's no perfect job.
Nothing.
And so if you're going to jump from job to job because of one person, and it's not like a significant thing.
Yes.
And then you come to apply here, I might not hire you because I'm like, okay,
your track
this person
record,
has had exactly
is speaking a different. You might be as good as they come, but I'm like, will I be able to retain you? And you remember, you're pouring blood, sweat, and tears into this person. You expect the output to last a specific duration of time, so that the ROI makes sense. But you're like, there you are there for 3 months, 2 months. So here you'll be here for 1 month, and then you're out.
And recruitment is very expensive.
It is expensive.
But if you're able to now manage your emotions, like, I've worked in different places where I've not got on with everyone. And so for me as a Christian, I usually just pray before I have to see them.
There you go.
At some point, I would just say, first I send the email. If they don't respond to the email, then that's when I go see them. And I pray before. And I pray after. Just because... Unfortunately, we will meet difficult people. I pray we shall not, be the difficult person. Because it's easy to point and say, oh, toxic. Yet, who's the one
the man in the mirror.
Exactly. So mental health is crucial. And so in terms of us personally, we need to apply to lives personally. But then also in the workplace, we also need to facilitate it. Yeah.
I like that. Allow me to jump to the next question, because I know when it comes to mental health, we can that will be our next topic for the next conversation. But thank you for those insights. So back to Lagbara, you train people on living and working abroad. In your experience, what do Kenyan professionals need to understand before seeking global opportunities?
Okay, so I would recommend content. As one of the things, put yourself out there, because if you want to reach out to someone who's in the US, they will research you, or they should research, because they don't know you. And even for me, if I get an email from the UK or India, I'll go and check his website,
Google,
social media,
the footprint.
Exactly, So it's good if you can preempt and curate your digital footprint. It will help you.
Absolutely.
So that the first, so good. Like now, if anyone, for the people who are listening, you can just go to Google, put in your name, and see what happens. What does AI now say? They use that generated parts.
Yes, exactly.
What are the results after that? And just ensure that they're all good. That first page one. Sometimes people don't go to page 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Strangely
page 100.
Yes. Yesterday I did that because I remember I was watching something on IG. Then that's like, when the last time you Googled yourself? I was like, but it's been a minute since I Googled. I liked what I saw. Then I was like, let me go to page 10 of Google, just for the fun of it. Of course, it had nothing to do with me, but it was still a result that came. But you're right. And just getting your information out there. LinkedIn, I think, is a good place to curate that content for yourself, so that when the AI, whatever is doing, it's picking that information from you, from your profile.
Exactly. And LinkedIn, it has 1 billion members.
There you go.
But it's not utilized as much. And in fact, I decided to do some research, and I did a few, and I optimized profiles for people. And so I'd optimized for someone. He was is it CIO? I'm trying to remember. The CEO, CIO.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
anyway, C-suite.
C-suite.
C-suite. And so that, when you reach out to people as an individual, whether it's for jobs or to partner, then they can see, what is this person about? Have they written articles? Have they been featured somewhere? So, if you go somewhere and they're taking photos, you can request for those photos. Most of the time, they'll send it to you as a link. That's physical evidence.
Exactly.
Just to show that you're a real person, and it can increase your credibility on LinkedIn. So that's one thing, so that, when you reach out, like, for example, there's and even locally, there was a very nice co-working space in Westlands. We met during a networking event, and I can recommend them. So basically, they were just inviting people to go for the co-working, to work there. And so she said she'll reach out. And so when she reached out, she said, "Oh, hi, Julie." It was basically, it was a very warm letter, email,
letter.
Back in the day.
Anyway. I know, right?
So, and then she's like, "Oh, yeah, I researched you, and I saw that you do this for, etc.,
Yeah.
workplace." So she had actually Googled me.
Exactly.
2, put it in the email. And so, first of all, it showed that she did do she researched me, and and in the end, sometimes it will either qualify you, disqualify you for a job or an opportunity. Yeah. And then also, even for her, in terms of selling, like if I'm a business owner, the more you can customize your email, the more personal it feel, and you might be able to partner or get a deal or whatever it is with that person. So that's why it's so important to research. And even for the workplace, when you're looking for jobs, research. Not if you're applying for a school, don't just, this school will have boarding. This school will not have boarding. This school is a British curriculum school. This school is located in the mountains. So that's why you cannot just have my school application CV and cover letter and then send.
One size fits all.
Yeah, exactly. And so in terms of the
what they can do to prepare themselves for opportunities abroad.
So content.
Yes.
Have a CV ready, just in case it's a quick fire thing. And then also, there's one other thing. Yes, if you have meetings with them, they say, hey, can we schedule a call? First of all, be on time for that online meeting. Switch on your camera. Yeah. They need to know who they're speaking to. Yes. Switch on your camera and then also be dressed appropriately. Like your
hata kama ni just the TV one.
The TV one,
yes.
Just make sure that camera ain't falling, man.
Yeah.
Treat that online meeting as you would a physical meeting.
Yes.
Be prepared. Okay, what I try to do is when the person is speaking, of course I look at the you can look at the image on the laptop.
Yes.
But usually sometimes I will look when I'm speaking, I look at the camera.
Because now it's like we are face to face.
Exactly. Yeah, of course people will know that if you're looking at the camera when you're talking, it's natural. When you're talking to someone, you're looking at them in the
yes, exactly.
But if you can, when you're speaking, you look at the camera, then someone can feel, oh, they're speaking to me.
Yes.
So that's just a trick. So if I was to say 2 things to implement in your next 30 days, have some content out that reflects who you are. And then also, if you have a meeting, switch on your camera.
And be on time.
Be prepared. Dress appropriately. Yeah. And in terms of the content, if let's say, you're someone who does things that... if there's anything that could be detrimental, let's say you have because of course social media, let's say there are certain platforms are private. Then make sure you have those settings on.
Yes.
If the thing is, you might go for a bash, then maybe you drank a bit too much, happy go lucky. People take photos, they post them, You're tagged, So if you don't want people to see that, and that's in your social media, put the settings up. But if you don't mind or you don't think it'll be detrimental or you're not like just sprawled on the floor, you know what I mean? So basically the content should be able to promote you and show you as someone who is credible and not dodgy.
Very nice. Self-discipline. It is underrated. But why do many talented people fail because of poor personal habits?
Well, again, it's transferable. Like soft skills. So as a soft skill or human skill, if you being self-disciplined is so important because there was this time where this thing was going around. No one's coming to save you. People have their own issues. They're dealing with their own issues. So if I'm going to say, Ezekiel didn't call me to remind me for this interview, and that's why I didn't go. Sometimes you just have to plan yourself, organize yourself.
As they say, jitume.
Exactly. Of course, support and community is so vital.
It's important.
We're human beings, and so we don't live on an island. And that's why things like isolation in prison is brutal. Not being able to interact with people. There's a reason why it's an escalation in punishment. So community is vital. However, we are individuals who also need to be responsible and accountable for our time, our resources, our talents. Just basically, we also need to jitume. We need to do what we said we will do. And take accountability and responsibility when it works out and when it doesn't work out. Of course, not being a showman and, like, bigging yourself up, having a lot of pride. of course, if you can do something like, Ezekiel, you can host a show, and that's just a fact, it's not for, I'm the best show host in the whole world.
Trump said, I'm not a braggadocious person.
What's a braggadocious?
Yeah, that was Donald Trump.
That's a new word. Well, yeah. So it's just so important just to be mindful.
Yeah.
In terms of, your self-discipline will show also how you deal with people.
Yes.
And it also cuts across again, being on time,
yes,
dressing appropriately.
Yes,
you don't need to be told, especially when you don't need to be told.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah, if you didn't know, that's very different.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
like I know someone who, I used to do work experience in a high school, and so they were meant to go and work, and so I remember he went, and we would tell them, dress formal. If you're not able to find out what the dress code is, dress formal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're safer that way.
You're safer that way because that's the first impression they'll see. And then if they say, by the way, we're this tech startup, dress how you like, then you can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah. And so even in that situation, self-discipline, now the boy actually went and he dressed appropriately. So you see now, in terms of self-discipline, it's also applying what you've learned, what someone has shared with you.
Yes.
You can go for all sorts of trainings and courses, but the learning, the change happens when you apply.
Yes, you process and apply it.
You process and apply it, yeah. And so he went for this work experience.
Yeah.
And then actually, he was very formal. In fact, we usually encourage them to take photos just to provide evidence.
Yes.
And if it's in a place where they're not allowed, there's a way you can still take photos, maybe outside with a sign or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's showing evidence. But then he said, "Oh yeah, miss, I went there with a suit, and then those guys are just in sweatpants, So he was just like, he felt awkward. But let me tell you. If you came like for an internship with Lagbara Limited, and let's say you didn't know the dress code and you came in a suit, I'd be very impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll tell you, oh, by the way, here it's more business casual, casual, But that's the thing. The first impression, you nailed it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So self-discipline is just doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because we'll never always feel like doing things, but we have to do them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be very uncomfortable and very difficult. Having difficult conversations, going to somewhere far.
Yeah.
But we just have to do it, And so that self-discipline is doing what you need to do when you need to do it.
Yeah, just showing up on time, like you're saying, waking up early, doing your research, ensuring that you know what it is that you're going to have, like the plan for the day and things like that. Just being prepared ahead of whatever it is that you're going to do. I think it's very important. For those of you who have just joined, rewind and start from the beginning. But for those of you who've been with us, my guest today on Money Mondays is Julie Mungai Director, Lagbara Limited, and she said Lagbara means strength in Yoruba.
Yo.
If you're looking for a business name, you imeshachukuliwa.
Yeah.
Julie, allow me to switch. We're about to land this plane, but future of work, because you're preparing future-ready professionals, right? And so you describe, and I like this, you describe yourself as an AI explorer. How can young professionals use AI tools to boost productivity, career growth, and income, rather than the fear of losing work to it? Like I was telling you, this people have this fear that AI is either coming to replace them, take their jobs, or take over the world. But how do we harness this great tool for being future ready professionals?
So you can use it for your research. You can put yourself out there as an expert in that particular area. So if I'm a videographer, I can use it to get statistics, get benefits, because we can only do so much with our own mind. So AI tools are meant to help us to produce
efficiency,
efficiency and productivity, just to be able to get the data, just to aggregate it in one place instead of going to this website, then that website, it's just a place to be able to aggregate. So for example, let's say I'm researching about, in 2050 or 2050, Africa is set to have the largest working population in the world. So if I research that, before now we'd get the different the different results, and then now you click, you go in, then you come out, you go to another one and all that. Yeah. But now with AI, they can summarize it
and present it to you in a table or whatever visualization you want. Like it makes it very easy. Yeah,
very easy, very fast. You customize the font.
Yeah,
your presentations basically can level you up as a professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe before you say you're not a graphic designer, you don't know how to do PowerPoints, but then you just go to Canva. There are templates there. You adjust it. So in terms of it can elevate you as a professional with the right tools.
It can give you a competitive edge.
Yeah, exactly. Because now you have the visuals. You're not just speaking, but you have the visuals. Exactly. And then also it helps you, apart from elevate, in terms of make you an expert. Because now you're able to get proper data in terms of usually it's statistics, to be able to now convey and say this is what's happening in the world and this is what we'd recommend. And then in terms of efficiency, if let's say you have emails, you've collected emails for people that you're meant to reach out to as a business development person, then you can put in a table with AI. They can analyze it. You can ask them to research, go and research these different people so that when you call them, you can make a more customized kind of call or pitch. And so with AI, you can research potential clients or business partners. You elevate yourself as an expert. And then also you also increase your own personal knowledge about something. Like let's say, for example, I want to improve on my soft skills. I can just go to AI and ask it perhaps maybe for a course. If I want to do a course, I can, please give me 3 courses that I can do on communication. Or whether it's free, and you can say only free courses, only paid courses, only courses under 3 hours.
Yes, exactly.
So you can also use it for your own personal development. And the thing is, I realized, to stand out, there's someone called Daniel Priestley. He's fantastic. If you've not watched any of his content,
I'm gonna find today.
Please, I hope Daniel Priestley are watching this. But anyway, he's very practical. He brings systems. He's not just do this. He'll say, okay, the way someone who's an expert, they'll have frameworks. They'll play the CCC or the BCC or whatever, the BBC, ABC, So he helps you to know how to become a key person of influence in your area. Because when you have a personal brand, then you're able to attract more businesses. You'll be able to do well at your workplace. And so when you're able to do that,
and you become a thought leader as well.
You become a thought leader. And that is the moat that you can create for yourself. That will be what will make you stand out. When people think, okay, radio show, maybe they think of Ezekiel. And it's because of all the content you've put out there.
There you go.
And the advice you put out there. And it's both free and paid.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all free. You have done this for some time. And so you can charge for the skills that you've gained. Exactly. And, in many situations, sometimes when someone pays for something, they may evaluate more. So that's how using AI can help can help professionals.
And you stand out.
And you stand out, Canva is really fantastic. Like in their recent launch, you can now record your screen. So if let's say you're using a different platform, now you can just do it on Canva. And Canva is it's like they really want to be the platform to use for everything.
Yes, they want to keep you there. Like you don't have to go anywhere else.
You don't have to.
You can, from ideation to execution.
Yes.
You have the entire platform there.
And the good thing, they're free. Their free tier is free. Their free tier is actually very good. There's some softwares you go there, then the free one is like it's so bad. You have to upgrade. And so that's why I would big up Canva as a tool to use. You can use ChatGPT. Of course, what is said is that if you don't want it to know too much about yourself, don't put like specific names and details and all that. You can try Gemini. You can try and also many tools that didn't have AI, now they have AI.
Exactly. They're integrating AI and everything.
Exactly. So using AI to help you to stand out as a professional, whether you're employed or you are a business owner. But then also check the facts. There's a certain video by a channel called, is it Cut, something like that, and they were saying for them they research everything. It's like they do their own research. They don't just do AI.
Nice.
Of course they use AI with the research now. But then what they came to realize that some some of the things that they were looking for were hallucinations. So the AI wants to please you, so it's coming up with things. And so they came
it's
to
telling
realize
you what you want.
to hear.
Yes, exactly.
And so it's actually a big problem, because it means that when someone researches and they find this fake news or fake information, and then they use it, they assume it has come from somewhere.
Yes,
genuine, yeah.
Yes.
And and that's why for me, I feel that schools have there's an opportunity here, and universities, there's a thing of, why do I have to go to university and all that? But universities are very well placed to be able to teach legitimate information. I don't know how else to say
I hear you. Yeah.
They have the body of work from history. They have the books. They have the textbooks. So anything new that comes, of course, they still have to be very mindful about it. But they already have the body of work that is real. It is not. It is genuine. It's
not being made up.
It's not being made up. So that is the opportunity for universities to be able to pass knowledge that is real. Yeah. So
awesome. I want you to start thinking about your closing remarks. But before you do that, we have to talk about this because again, you said it's education, employment, and entrepreneurship. So building a career that pays for young people, who are entering the workplace, what are the top 3 mindsets that they should have for long-term success?
For young people?
Yes, who are entering the workplace.
Okay. That stress is normal. Yeah. I say that because even for me, we do want that soft life.
Yes. Everyone does.
Yeah. And even at some point, there's a friend of mine who was like, oh, she's looking for a new challenge. In my mind at that point, I had too many challenges. I'm like, man, I don't need no more challenges. I just want to get through what I'm getting through.
Can you share?
Yeah, maybe I can share some of my challenges with you.
If you want.
And so for me, it wasn't so much of a negative mindset. It's just at that point, I was a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But I'm still alive. So I have to cope with it. So I have to look for ways to cope with it. Whether it is speaking to someone or therapy or going to dance or just doing something I enjoy, maybe watching a movie or something. I need to learn how to be resilient because that thing may not go away.
It might not. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You deal with it.
You have to deal with it. Or it's something that you need to push through to learn. I'll give an example for resilience. Like the Chronicles of Narnia. They were written by, Lewis.
I was going to say Lewis Hamilton. No. Gosh. How are we?
Oh my gosh, I've forgotten.
It'll come.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So anyway. I watched the first one. I liked it, the movie. And the second one, in fact, actually, I had to look for the voice for the lion. The sidebar. The voice was so great. I don't know if it's Liam Neeson.
No, the lion's character.
Oh, Aslan.
Aslan.
Let me tell you, I had to look for that guy's voice because it was just so authoritative, powerful. You feel safe. Anyway, that's a sidebar. So I watched a second movie, Chronicles of Narnia, some years ago.
It's not Daniel. Is it Daniel Lewis? No.
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis.
Yes.
Gosh.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic, right?
Yeah, that was a brain itch.
Yes.
So Narnia, Aslan.
So now the second one, I watched the second one. So in the second one, what happens? Aslan doesn't appear until the end. So in my mind, I was like, why didn't Aslan appear? Because he would have sorted these guys out because there were two people arguing and they were at loggerheads and it was a big issue. It was affecting so many people. So I was like, why did Aslan come at the end? He would have sorted these guys out, made them to get, agree and all that. But then I came to realize, it's... The thing is, you may not have someone to come and rescue you all the time.
Exactly.
Someone to remove you from that difficult situation. Remove the stress. Remove that person who's triggering you at the office. That thing that is causing you pain, the stressor or the trigger may not be removed.
Absolutely.
And that is just the way it is. It is what it is. So how do you cope?
Yes. Yeah. And I think also just sorry to cut you short. The option or the solution is also not just to keep removing yourself as we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
So then how do you cope? Yes.
How do you cope?
Proceed.
Yeah. So in some situations, if you're able to, remove yourself, fine, but usually that's not the answer. Because you will not build the resilience.
Yes,
You know, to go
yes.
through the hard times, you have to go through the hard times. Unfortunately, you know,
Yes.
and that's something that, you know, I don't desire. But, you know, after that, you're like, you know what? I'm actually more confident now.
Yes.
I'm wiser now.
Yes. You're better for it.
You're better for it.
But you had to go through it.
You had to go through that valley, man.
Yeah.
So one of them would be resilience. That's mental health.
Yeah.
Then the next one would be not to try different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I to be open, I don't know if it's to remove the pride, but just be open to different opportunities.
Yes.
You might have graduated from your university or from your training school with
Magna cum laude.
Magna cum laude. You're even the valedictorian. You know, you're up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the jobs are not there.
The life does that thing.
Yeah. The job that is there is to be is maybe not what you thought. Yeah. Yeah. The pay is really low. But you feel, you know what? I should be earning my first salary 100K.
Yeah.
You know, I am
easy.
first class. You know, I even went for these international exchange
There
things.
you go. Yeah.
But sometimes life happens like that.
Yeah.
And the opportunity that you'd want is not there. And so it's important to be open.
Yeah.
Try this, try that. You know, like even when I was younger, in fact, how I even got to go to work in a certain school is because I was teaching dance in a different school.
There you go.
So now when I applied for this school, they asked for, they need a recommendation.
Yeah, yeah.
So this school actually gave the recommendation. So I went there.
Yeah.
I'd never done it before. It was a new thing.
Yeah.
And so, but I was open to it. And I was also looking for work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that I was being paid $1 million shillings, dollars, whatever. But I learned so much. And actually that place is what has not made me who I am, but I learned so much there.
Yeah.
But I was willing to just take the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So whether it's, and volunteering is so important. I encourage people to volunteer.
Yes.
Even in one of my interviews, I was asked, now those guys, they were checking, so I was shortlisted, I went for the interview, and they were checking like the dates even on the CV. So they said, okay, between this date and this date, there's nothing here. What were you doing? So I said, I was working in church and and it was the truth. So that if they went and called someone who was there, it was the truth.
They'll be able to
verify. I didn't make things up. So in the end, I got the job. You know, so it's important to be open to opportunities.
Different opportunities as they come.
You don't know what you learn. You don't know how you'll be saved from that, or what ideas you'll get from doing this thing that is different to what you studied. Of course, I would say, you know, if you study this, go for that. But if you didn't, don't close your eyes and say, I'm not getting paid this amount, so I'm not going there. This is not what I studied for, so I'm not doing that. Then the third one, the third thing I would say is, you are special.
You go.
The fact that you woke up this morning, you know, it wasn't your alarm. Because even if you slept in, you'd wake up. You know. So God has put you on this earth for a reason. There's a purpose that you have.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have to explore it. It might be now in this different place. Like for example, what I'm doing now, it's related to where I was working. You know. But I wouldn't have known that if I'd never worked there.
There you go.
Of course, God can show you other things.
The paths that you want to take.
But the fact that he woke you up, you know, it wasn't the alarm. Alarms don't wake up dead people. Then there's a purpose for your life. You are special. You are unique. There's no one else like you. You know, there's no copy. You're the only one, you know. So even with twins, you know, everybody's an individual. And so I encourage you, just put yourself out there. Get people who will support you. And even if you feel like no one supports you, know you are special and loved by God. Because, you know, he creates things with purpose. He doesn't waste time. You know, like let me just
let's just try this.
You know. Personally, for mosquitoes, I just don't know what that's all about.
We will find out one day.
You know. So just know you're a valuable human being. No matter if people are putting you down, you are valuable, you are loved, and you have something to offer this world.
Good stuff. We're getting to the end, but I like what you have said. You know, the three things: resilience. The second one is be open to opportunities as they come, and the third one, you're special. You have a purpose. You know, to pursue here on this earth. So, Julie, as we close, This one is the real one. Yes, the real closing. They say a good speaker, a preacher must close 3 times. So this is the third and last one.
Okay.
What's your personal definition of success today, and what's the one action that you'd like every listener to take?
That's deep.
Of course, we're deep people here.
Hey, Icon Radio, man. Hey, get to the core. Sorry, just say that again.
The first one is your personal definition for success. And if there's one thing that you'd like the listeners to take home today, what would that be? You can answer in any order. English imekata. Whichever order. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, my personal definition for success is to do your very best with what you have. Yeah. Some of us will have a lot of opportunity but waste it.
Yeah.
Lots of resources but waste it. Lots of time but waste it. So whatever you have, do it to your best. Because it's your legacy. Yeah. And even if it means that something comes up and it's against your values, if you need to say no, it is okay. People know that you say no to this.
Yeah, you stand for something.
Yeah, you stand for something. If you don't stand for something, say you fall for anything.
Yeah.
So do your best with what you have.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm a Christian, and so I just try to do my best for God, because there's some things I would do at work. No one is going to thank me. Many times, by the way, life is thankless. It's when now things go wrong. And
yes,
you guys,
the complaints come.
So even if I'm alone, I know I'm doing it for an audience of one. Yeah. So for me, that would keep me in check. So that even if there are no cameras, no one is calling to say, have you done this? Have I done it? So just doing your best with the resources that you have. And don't feel like, just do what you can. Sometimes things fail, things don't work out, and it's okay. So get up and continue. And then
the one thing
is,
now you can look up at camera now.
What camera?
Tell them.
Okay. I think it's just that same thing. A combination. Believe in yourself. Do what you need to do. Be self-disciplined, but integrity. Whatever you do, do it with integrity, because that's how you'll build trust in your personal life and your public life and your workplace life. Integrity is so key. Building trust. There's so many scams out there. So many, and people are looking for people they can trust with their job. And many people, once they get someone who can do this graphic design and they're trustworthy, reliable, someone who can do this work, they can trust them, they will stick with you. And so just aim to be someone who is trustworthy. We're not perfect, but do your best with what you have. And take opportunities.
Good stuff. You have heard it from the director herself, Julie Mungai. It's been a pleasure hosting you on Money Mondays here on Icon Radio. We've just talked about the future ready professional. And so just to wrap up with a point here or two, is that the workplace of the future belongs to those who are ready professionally, mentally and morally. And Julie has captured all those in our conversations and even as she has wrapped up. So build your discipline, sharpen your skills, and lead with integrity. The future isn't waiting. Prepare it today. All right. That's from us this day. Thank you so much for watching Money Mondays. Julie, how do people get you? That's very important.
They can find me as Julie Mungai on Instagram, Facebook. I have a private and public profile, so I will not take people I don't really know for my personal. And they can also just send an email to me at info@lagbaralimited.com, and then I can send my socials for them to follow or just to interact with me.
Asante, from me and Sam, my director. Thank you so much, guys. Good night, goodbye, good morning. See you next time. Bye-bye.